friends, how are you all? Welcome back to our channel. Today we'll listen Cinderella Part 3 when Cinderella met Mermaid. Cinderella was happy after marrying Prince George. All her family members were very kind to her and she also got lots of new and amazing things in her life like the palace, new clothes, expensive cars and a lot of shopping. 6 months passed. Cinderella now thought of traveling, as she wanted to travel and explore the world, as it was her childhood dream. She asked George, "Hey, listen, George, I think we should travel in a cruise. I'm sure it will be fun. Please." George, "But I have lots of work left." Cinderella, "It's okay, work can be done afterwards also." George, let's see. Cinderella, "Please, George." George, "Okay, fine, darling. We'll go to cruise next week. After I finish my work, we'll go next week. Start your packing." Cinderella, "Thank you so much. George, you're amazing." Cinderella got super excited for her trip. She started shopping, took fancy clothes and her makeup accessories for the trip. Finally, the day of the trip arrived. It was 8 a.m. in the morning. Cinderella and George were ready with their bags. George called one of his guards and asked him to keep all the bags in the cars. After then, they both went down the stairs. The Queen said, "Bye, children. Have a nice trip. Hope you both return back safely as you are going." George and Cinderella, "Thanks, Mom. Love you. Take care of yourself. Bye bye." The guards opened the doors of Lamborghini for Cinderella and George. They both sat inside the car. The driver asked George, "Shall I start the car, sir?" George, "Yes, Rob, you may start the car. Are you now happy, Cinderella?" Cinderella, "Yes, of course. Is this even a question? You're so nice. Thank you so much, George." After 3 hours, they reached the airport. Both of them sat in their private jet. Then they flew for Hawaii. They both were really hungry. After some time, they got their dinner in the plane. The air hostess offered them a plate of sandwich with a cup of juice. After eating the dinner, they went to sleep. By the next morning, they reached Hawaii. From the airport, they reached their hotel. Both of them rested for some time in their hotel and then they got ready with their bags for cruise. Both of them reached the cruise on time. George said, "I hope we have taken all our accessories and bags." Cinderella, "Yes, George, I've taken them. Don't worry." George, "That's good." The cruise started. It was an amazing feeling of excitement. Cinderella and George both were very happy. The cruise had magic shows, restaurants, shopping malls, swimming pool, and also separate rooms for their customers. George asked Cinderella, "After having lunch, we'll go to the magic show. What's this, Cinderella?" Cinderella, "Yes, that will be amazing." They had their lunch and then went to the magic show. The magic show ended at 8 p.m. at night. Cinderella said to George, "Let's have dinner. I guess it's too late now." George, "Yeah, let's go." After having dinner, they both decided to go back to their room. But then George said, "Hey Cinderella, let's have a look at the sea from the cruise. I think the scenario would be great." "Yeah, I think that would be great," said Cinderella. They both went, and the scenario of the sea was as expected. Cold breezes were going by the air. The waves were gentle in the sea. Suddenly, Cinderella saw something in the sea. A long golden tail went below her cruise. She told George about it. George said, "Oh, Cinderella, I think you're tired. Let's go back." Cinderella, "No, I'm not lying." Again, a golden head was appearing below their cruise. They both were shocked. Cinderella screamed and asked, "Who are you?" A beautiful golden mermaid jumped and then again went back to the ocean. George said, "Oh my God, that is the mermaid. Her name is Miss Goldie. I know her." Cinderella, "How do you know her?" George, "It's a long story. I think it will be late. I'll tell you tomorrow." Cinderella. No, George. I'm not in a hurry. I can listen to your story. After all, it's just 9 p.m. We'll sit here for just 15-20 minutes and then we'll leave. Maybe your friend Goldie comes until you say your story. George. Okay, fine. Long time ago, my father brought us over here in the cruise. I was very small at the time, and also I was very naughty. I did not know that if I jumped into the sea, I might die. So, in my childishness, I jumped off the cruise. But it was my luck that I fell on Miss Goldie's chair in water. She saw me at the correct time, and then she took me to the seashore. My parents were so very happy and thankful to God that they found me alive. I know her just till that day. After that, I never saw her back. But today, when I saw her, I was so happy. I wanted to thank her at that time, but I was not able to find her. Cinderella. I think we should thank Miss Goldie tomorrow morning for what she did years back. George. Yes, but we do not know where she stays. Cinderella. I hope you know where was that chair when you fell that day. George. Yes. Cinderella. Well, then great. We'll request the captain to take the ship over there tomorrow morning. The next morning, they both requested the captain to take the cruise near the chair of Miss Goldie. The captain hopefully agreed, and they went near the chair. Cinderella had bought lots of food as gift for Miss Goldie. She placed that on the chair with a letter saying, "Thank you so much, Miss Goldie, for saving my life. Accept this as a small gift from my side." Cinderella wrote this on behalf of George. "I am in that big cruise. In case if you need our help, you can come anytime. We'll be there for you." Then they both went to their cruise. Next night, when Cinderella and George were enjoying the sea waves and were sitting on the cruise table enjoying a small chocolate cake, they again saw Miss Goldie. She called them. "Hey, you there," she said to George. "Are you the one whom I saved in the childhood?" George said, "Yes, Miss Goldie. Thank you so much. I will never forget." Miss Goldie. "Is she your wife?" George. "Yes, Miss Goldie." "She's so pretty." Cinderella. "Thank you, Miss Goldie. You are also very beautiful." Miss Goldie. "You both are invited to my house tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk for some time and then I'll show you the sea. Then after some time you may leave." George. "Oh yes, of course we'll come." Next afternoon, Cinderella, George, and Miss Goldie enjoyed in the sea. They were so busy gossiping and swimming that they forgot the time. Soon 1 hour passed. They had a walkie-talkie, and also their crew members had one. Their crew members thought it was getting too late, and they started to ask George.
Hey George, where have you been? It's been an hour. We have to leave. Don't stay there for so long. We have to leave for the airport. Do you even remember?
George. "Oh my, 1 hour passed? So fast? Okay, we are coming, don't worry." Cinderella, come on, we are leaving. Okay, Miss Goldie. Bye bye, see you soon. Cinderella. Okay, Miss Goldie, bye bye, see you soon. Next time we'll come again. Miss Goldie. Yes, bye bye. They both went to the cruise and rested for some time. Then they had their lunch and then went to the airport with all their luggage. They sat in their plane and then the plane took off. But suddenly, in the middle of their flight, a lot of lightning and thunder started with heavy rain. This was really unexpected. Their plane was getting out of control and was starting to break down. Everybody in the plane was very scared, especially George and Cinderella got really frightened. They said, "Oh my god, now what we will do?"